Hey everyone, welcome back to part two. And so it's a little bit of a different style, as I mentioned earlier, where we're going to have two parts instead of just one very, very long interview. So in which case you can actually enjoy it properly instead of worrying too much about having to listen throughout the entire thing. You can stop and start. So we're going to have a listen to Bonita's songs, or three of them. Do you want to take a guess as to which three I've picked?
I'm gonna say caught and released.
Mm-hmm.
Good girl
Yeah.
and underdressed.
Yeah. Um, so before we get started onto the songs, um, so of course in part one, it was mentioned the fact that there are melody and music playlists out there. If you haven't already, go save them, please. There's so many good musicians on there. Um, so on the Australia playlist, so these are artists all featuring from Australia. And in the past, we've had Dublin Rose, Georgia Scarlett, Madison Kate, Serendipity. Oh God, who else? And these are all the artists that I've interviewed on here. There's artists which I've done song reviews for as well. Shamia Lily, who's going to be on Series 3 as well, will be on that playlist. But Underdressed is on the Australian playlist. Um, then I've tried doing a little bit of alliteration, so you'll be the first person where I'm saying this in front of, Benita, so
Yeah.
you can tell me how cringeworthy you think it is. Uh, so panoramic pop. What's your opinion on
I don't even know what that means.
that? Great. It's a great start.
I don't think it's cringy. I think you're all right.
Okay. So Underdressed is on there and Good Girl. Uh, and another alliteration. Dazzling Debut playlist. Mixed reaction though.
Mixed reaction.
It's fine. I'm workshopping the names. The point is, it's all songs that are the original first release of an artist. So Caught and Released is on there, and every artist top hit. So Caught and Released is on there as well as your number one stream song. Yeah. So we're gonna have a listen. We're gonna start off by listening to Caught and Released. So let me have a quick go at seeing if this works. Just connecting my phone to my MacBook so I don't have to change off the Zoom screen.
That's so good.
See how well this works, if it works at all. Okay, so we'll have a listen to Caught and Released, which was released on the 13th of September 2024. Um, that's one thing which I forgot to do when I joined the meeting. Bear with me, everyone. Bit of technical issues. I forgot to share my sound so that it plays in the meeting. So, there we go. Let's have a listen.
Can't tell a girl that she's your whole world and say, oh, I need space. flipped the switch, now you're moving on, I guess. You're still learning how to love with no effects, but that, babe, it doesn't exist. So waste your time with all of your friends, just admit it's me you miss. But I did everything too late, too little, too much, contemplating reasons for change. It's not me. I don't dwell this up, fuck you for losing me. 'Cause all these empty excuses you're giving me, well, in a week you'll realize that you're missing me. And the promises you didn't keep, you compromised my feelings, you caught and you released, 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 and you released.
So that was Caught and Released. Um, how does that feel listening back to that?
Um, well, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. When I first released the song, I actually hated the song. Which I feel like a few artists can relate to. But now I listen to it, and I've been listening to it recently. I love the song.
Yeah.
I love the song. It reminds me of like last year and when I first released it, and it's yeah.
I mean, with songs, especially ones that you release, the first ones I kind of feel like it takes you a while to get back to the point of where you love the fact of the idea of the song and the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it was like a difficult change for me because obviously all my songs were acoustic, and then I heard that and I was like, whoa, that's different.
Mm.
Um, but I might have not liked it as much because my family would play it all the time. And I was just like, turn it off, turn it off. Luckily they've been playing my other songs.
Mm.
Um, so which I love all of them, but yeah, I think I love Caught and Release, but I think they played it a lot because it was my first release.
Yeah.
It got a little repetitive.
It's funny because in and I know I do this in every single episode, so it's not just with you, where I just reference other episodes. Um, but in series one, we had a artist named Danny, and he would say, like, by the time that he's finished producing it with his brothers and writing it and everything like that, he doesn't really care. He just wants it done. He doesn't want to have to do all the promotion after that. He just wants, right, it's finished. Put it out there. Next one.
Yeah,
Don't play it to me over and over again. I don't want to hear it again.
literally exactly how I feel. Yeah. I feel like after you're done with it, you kind of just I like have to step back. I have to just be like,
Mm.
I'm not gonna listen to this for like the next couple months, and then I'll listen to it again, and I'll be like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Do you have a producer or someone that you work with?
yeah, I have two producers, um, which shout out to them, Magic Mountain, Jack and Matt. They're awesome. They're brothers, and they have helped me so much with producing my song and getting it out there and promoting my song. Um, yeah,
Nice. I suppose that kind of helps as well because you kind of do the writing and stuff like that, and you do the singing. But then when it comes to the sort of a lot of the background stuff, you can kind of then go, okay, it's out of my mind for a bit.
Yeah, I trust them completely.
Yeah,
There's been times where I've been in the studio, I'm like, guys, do whatever you want. I want to put my headphones on and just like listen to my own music for a second.
yeah. I just don't want to listen to my voice at the moment.
Yeah,
Give me a
literally,
break.
literally. Like 6 hours of like vocal recordings, and you're
Mm,
just like, just give me a minute, okay? I'm
that's
just
rough.
gonna, yeah.
That's rough. Um, so, um, let's move past the court release because, of course, as we mentioned, you've heard enough of it with your family. Um, so the next song that we're going to listen to is "Underdressed," which you released on the 7th of March this year. Um, and just a few things just to point out beforehand. Um, it did get voted by people once you shared it with all of your fans. They voted
Mm.
for it as Song of the Month for Melody Music for March 2025. Um, so I mean, it was probably I don't know. I looked at the followers. I don't know who's following you and who was just following Melody Music and picked it, but I think it was a mix. And yeah, so congrats there.
Thank
Loads
you.
of people are rating your song so high, very, very highly.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy when that happened. I was like, no way, no way. But
Well,
yeah,
it just means that at the end of the year, because of course every year there's a little form goes out with a couple of different things where extra promotion for certain songs, and it's part of it'll be on the list for Song of the Year for Melody Music. So everyone keep an eye out for that at the start of 2026 to vote for that. How does that sound on top of
insane,
everything?
insane. Everything as a teenager from Melbourne, it's kind of like, whoa.
You're on a podcast show with a guy from London.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
To
and
start
you're
off, yeah,
yeah, just as a starting point.
just to start off
Uh,
strong. Yeah.
yeah, no, so I do it was to be honest, I don't even know how I stumbled across your music. Um, oh, I actually remember. Yes, I do remember. I got an email. I think was it from you or was it from? It was some of your last name. I think it was your mum.
My mum, yeah.
Yeah. Who
Yeah, my
emailed
mum.
me and said, if you can fit it in underdressed into your reviews, um, and then suddenly, yeah, you've
Yeah.
got 3 songs on playlists and people voting for your songs and
I mean, my mum works magic. She's helped me a lot with my music. Um, even though both my parents aren't musicians, they're actually sport junkies. But they've helped me a lot, and they're very
Mm.
keen. And yeah,
Well, no, credit
hence
credit
the
to your
email.
yeah, credit to your
Credits to
mum.
my mum,
Yeah,
for sure.
without her, we wouldn't have had a bunch of Bonita Habils music all over melody music.
Yeah.
So great, yeah. Um, so anyway, underdressed. We're gonna have a listen, and then we'll jump back and have a little bit of a talk about how that sort of came about as well. Cool.
I hold myself at high regard, but don't take me lightly. A solid frame and tiny face, they do not define me. A solid grave, a graceful lane, straight onto the highway.
So that was Underdressed. Um, how does it feel listening back to that one?
Well, I love that song. I really love that song. And I think it's such a beautiful song. I love the melody line of it. I just sing all of it. I just love this song.
Well, that song very quickly got caught in like stuck in my ear when I first heard it. And I mean your reaction as well when I was there just mouthing the words to the chorus as well.
Yeah, I was like, what?
No, that song I got stuck in my head as soon as I heard it. Um, yeah, and of course I did do a little review of it as well. So the little excerpt that's on social media and everything flying around. Underdressed is a bold tale about craving honesty in relationships while refusing to be taken for granted. How accurate was I with that?
Literally ballpoint. Like ballpoint. Seriously.
Okay, I'm gonna take that and run.
Yeah, do it.
It's always because of course songs lyrics have so many different meanings
Hmm.
to so many different people. So when I'm writing these reviews and I'm basically saying that it has a theme, I spend like hours and hours and hours listening to songs just to make sure that I'm getting what the artist originally intended. Because of course I before I did that review, I had not spoken to you about what you were writing about at all.
Yeah.
It's the same with all the other songs that I've written reviews about. I don't actively go out and speak to the artists before I do the review. I mean, maybe that I can probably change that and probably start doing that. But it's so difficult to get in touch with artists. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of at a loss of words because everything which I thought about that song I put into that review. So how did you write that song and come up with it?
Um, well, it was about one of my ex-boyfriends, as most songs are. And this one in particular had me waiting a long time. He was like older than me, and me being, 16, I was like, oh my God. Um, and he wanted to wait until he finished school. And I went along with that. Anyway, short story. He um got together with me, led me on, broke up with me, and then I was just like, well, F you. And um I wrote the song because I was like, I want to have you, but I won't be I'm not gonna chase after you kind of thing. Like I don't want you to take advantage of me, but I want you with me kind of thing.
Mm.
It's hard to put into words, I think.
And how was he a lot older than you, or was he
No,
no?
not a lot
I
older.
was gonna
No,
say that would be weird. Is it like that
that
thing
would
with
be
in school where it's just like the grade above or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when you're like he's older than me, it's like
No,
in
it's just the
teenage
grade.
years,
Yeah,
it's a
it's just the
big
grade above.
difference.
It's just the
It's just
grade
the grade
above.
above,
So
and it's
like,
like
I mean,
yeah.
I've kind of noticed that like I've spoken to a lot of artists, male and female artists. They've written about relation. I mean, I did it as well. I wrote about relationships when I was like in my teenage years, and I'm looking back now on it. I'm just like, yeah, it wasn't the end of the world.
Oh
But
no, I totally
but
agree with you.
it comes because there's so many fans that listen to music like yourself. Like I'm sure when you were growing up, you listened to um, and again, this is me spitballing. I'm not saying that you did. You can correct me if you want to. But Taylor Swift, sort of that kind of genre of where they were like Billie Eilish now. She's still is she in her 20s now, or is she when she, well, I don't know.
20s? I think she's in her 20s.
Hmm. Well, when she started, she was a teenager, and she would write from that point of view, like you are, and that's how she drew in fans, and because they related, and it was similar circumstances, and it's going to be that type of thing that when they grow up, they'll then look back and because of course Billie Eilish is starting to slowly write more mature on mature topics and stuff like that instead of those sort of topics, um, same as Taylor Swift and other artists like that. And it is a way of so many people sort of getting to know an artist, getting to know themselves, because they'll go through this exact same thing at times.
Yeah,
And I think that's so you've managed to encapsulate that kind of theme very well in Underdressed.
thank you. Yeah, I think it's definitely about like I definitely wrote it about my experience being in like a situationship, I guess. Um and one of my favorite lines in the song is I hate that I miss you when you've never been here, scared that I'll lose you, but that's an irrational fear.
Mm.
And it's just like you could kind of get it from the lyrics, but it's just like it's ridiculous, but like
Yeah,
still so relevant, I guess.
yeah. I mean, you're of course able to look back on it now, after after the situation's over, and
Mm.
just be like, why was I like chasing after? And
Yeah,
like,
what was literally like what was I chasing after? Like
yeah.
it's just
But the positive thing is now you can look back on it and basically look back and be like, oh yeah, I've matured a lot since then. Like
mm.
I've grown up like that.
I
And
mean,
you can also,
oh no, you go,
oh
sorry.
no, you go first.
It was like a year ago, I think.
Yeah,
So, um, definitely matured a lot. I mean, I think you mature very quickly when you're my age, like from the ages of like 12 upwards. It's just like you change every 6 months.
yeah, literally. And again, I know I said I work in a school and there's kids there, because that it's a sixth form. You won't know what sixth form is being in Australia. Um, you finish in year 12, they finish in year 13. It's a bit weird. Um, so yeah,
School for another year.
yeah, yeah.
No. No, 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 no. I could not do that. I'm in year 12 right now, and that's enough. I'm
Yeah,
ready to
wait until you pass 18 to come to London. Um,
yeah.
otherwise you'll have to
Yeah.
enroll in school for like a month. Um, um, so that basically, I've seen it over the years where there's kids where I taught them back when they were in year 9. Don't know what age group that is specifically, but then they are now finishing in year 13, and the amount of change which I've seen in them,
Mm.
where emotionally they've grown up, they've matured, mentally they've grown up and matured, um, and they probably wouldn't like me saying this, but you know, I've seen it in my brother as well. He's 17 at the moment, and he's back when he was little. He was, I mean, he still feels like he's a bit of a know-it-all, but um, I can see the maturity there now, and it's that kind of thing, as you said, around your age. That's when you start knowing who you are,
Mm.
and I can say that now being 24. Um, I've passed that point. I'm now at the point of like, great, what is life now?
Yeah, literally, what am I gonna do for the rest of my life kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, I'm at that point. Don't worry, you've got a few years until you get there.
Well, I
Um,
feel like when you're at the end of year 12, you're kind of like, well, after this, what am I gonna do?
yeah,
Like,
trust
I've
me,
been in
it
school.
doesn't hit properly until you're in your mid 20s. Um,
Okay. All right. I trust you. I trust you on that.
enjoy your life up until that point. You've got a lot to look forward to.
I hope so.
Um, but no, you're at the point in time in your life where you're going to have a lot of experiences, um, and a lot of those sort of situations where you were where you were underdressed, where you will have a lot of experiences that will help produce these songs which you're writing and loads of people are liking, which I'm hoping you're not having to go through too many of those and you'll have more positive experiences instead.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
currently in a very healthy
that's
relationship,
good.
so I'm very happy about that.
That's I'm very glad after
So
listening to that
I
song.
I hope I don't have to go through any bad things, but it
That's
does
fine.
mean that I get to write lots of love songs. So
There
stay
you
tuned for those.
go. There you go. Yeah, we need to make it a positive now.
Oh yeah, I think my whole Spotify page is just sad. So I think like
On on that note, do you want to have a listen to Good Girl and get
yes,
onto the final song? So
I would love to.
this was released on the 2nd of May 2025. So we'll now have a listen to Good Girl.
Brunettes do it better. I'm your plans, just go and forget the soul. Don't make me wait if you want me to make me stay. I'm not trying to wreck what you got. I'll walk past you and give you a friendly nod. Yeah. To help you remember what you really want. 'Cause you're giving me all of these glances. I'm trying to figure out what my chances are. Is it a sin to want somebody? I'm a good girl till you're on my mind. You're on my mind, and the rules have been defined, leading me blind. When your fingers they intertwine with mine, you know this feels so right. When we reach your room, you look for my eyes, so maybe I'll make you mine and tell the other girls to find another guy. Honey loving your sweet skin taste, 100 daily doses of your intakes. Not full of it, I just got confidence. Heaven's blessing, this crazy tension, babe. Right now you're looking for a way to misbehave. To help you remember how to play the game. 'Cause you're giving me all of these glances. I'm trying to figure out what my chances are now. Is this into what's mine? I'm a good girl till you're on my mind, and you're on my mind, and the rules have been defined, leading me blind. And your fingers they intertwine with mine. You know this feels so right. When we reach your room, you look for my eyes, so maybe I'll make you
So that was Good Girl, the most recent release. So, I mean, the first thing that was coming into my mind is like I could definitely hear that in a club at some point. Um, so how did this song come about?
It was actually really stupid. Um,
Always a good
there,
start.
yeah, it was really stupid. Me and my mate um thought this guy in our class was like really cute. Anyway, so I went home that night and I wrote a really stupid song about it, and like as a joke. Um, because sometimes you just make silly songs up. So I made this song up as a joke, and then I went to school the next day and I was like, yo, I have to play the song, I think it's really funny. And then she was like, no, that's really good. And I was like, wait, actual? Like, are you serious right now? um yeah, and she's like, yeah, no, it's awesome. And I showed it to my parents and they were like, that's awesome, what'd you write it about? And I was like, nothing, like
Mm.
I wrote it about something, I promise. um But yeah, I literally just like made this story up and I thought it was the funniest thing. And then I guess it just turned out to be a good song. I was just, I thought it was really funny. I still think it's really funny that that's why I wrote it. So, yeah.
Have you since told your family and stuff why why you how you thought to write this?
Yeah, well, I told them that, I wrote it as a joke. And then they were like, you have to tweak a few lyrics, but it'll be a good song. And I was like, yay!
So how long ago did you first write this?
Last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so you've had a while and stuff sitting on it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because you released it last month. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, you obviously need a few months. So just trying to. So yeah, you obviously told them. Did you tell them like around the time that you
Before
first
I
showed them?
produced it,
Okay,
before
I was
I
gonna say.
produced it. And um, what was I gonna say? I basically all the songs that you will hear me releasing now are songs that I wrote last year
Hmm.
because I've been working on finishing producing my EP since for like 9, 10 months. Um, um, yeah.
How much of a headache
And
has that
I'm
been?
really hmm?
How much of a headache has that
Pardon me?
been? Producing the EP, how much
Oh,
of a pain?
I mean, for a while, I've finished now, which I'm very
Okay.
happy about. But for a while, it was like every Monday after school, I would go there from like 6 to 10, and then it was like half an hour away from my house. So I'd have to get home, and then I'd wake up really tired, and yeah. But I'm really happy they're done.
Yeah. If it
Um,
if it makes you feel any better, and this will come out because I've got someone from Australia interviewing me for my music in this kind of thing later on, but I had it where one of my songs I was in Australia for my cousin's wedding, and I got an email from my mixing and mastering engineer going, the guitars are not in time. And I'm in
oh,
Australia with none of my recording equipment. My guitars I do not have. And
oh,
I needed to get the album uploaded to stores and sent across and everything before I left in January. And that was like, it was getting towards like the 25th of December. And I then had to just like email this guitarist that I was using on like so many other songs. I'm like, can you just quickly record the guitars? So I get EPs being a massive and albums being, oof, God.
yeah, yeah.
Credit to you though. Credit to you though that you've put in the work and you're getting the release of your first EP out.
Thank you.
When do you know the release date? Are you up for sharing it now, or do you want to wait and keep that secret?
Um, well, I'm actually releasing all the songs as singles. So, when they're all out, I'll re-release it as an EP.
Okay. Okay.
But I do have another song dropping, which is called Fit In. So
Okay.
that's the next one to stay tuned for.
Okay. Out of curiosity, do you have a title for the EP?
No, I've not thought about that yet. I haven't thought about it.
Oh,
I should think about that.
yeah.
Um, Not yet.
Don't
No.
worry,
I'll
you don't have to think about it now because we might be here a while if you think about it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I have to come up with it right now? Because
Yes,
like
we're not leaving this interview until you come up with it. No, credit to you because it is a long and very time-consuming and tedious project to begin, and
Mm,
you're seeing it through, you're getting it done. So honestly, like there's so few musicians that are very, very driven, especially like you said, you're at school still, um, so you've got pretty much a full timetable to still do.
yep.
Um, and then you're trying to do all this recording. You're also doing a lot of promotion in the background as well, I'm seeing on social media. So yeah, definitely credit to you for that.
Thank you.
Um, and yeah, so I believe that sort of brings us towards the end of the second part of this introducers episode. Um, before we finish, of course, make sure to go check out all of the Melody and Music playlists, all the past interviews, um, because there's so many amazing musicians that are part of it, and we want to try and help them out. I know recently I mentioned Western Jaguar in a previous one. He's doing this weird TikTok thing where he's posting a video every day just to get his song to 1,000 streams, um, which is great. He's like just taking videos of his life and everything and just putting text all over it, and having the song in the video, which is I just find it great. Um, and yeah, just go check out all the previous artists. Go check out the playlists. Go check out our social media page at Melody Music Official. Benita, do you have anywhere to plug? Um,
Bonita Habils underscore Instagram is my underscore music is where you find me on Instagram.
and of course, you've got your next single coming, which is Fit In, which you said.
Hmm.
So definitely go follow on Benito on Spotify. So in which case you can pre-save it and get updated on all of her music. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on. It was great to have you.
Thank you
Uh,
so much for having me. It's been an awesome experience.
and of course, we've got Shamia Lilly coming up. We've got Chris Hart as well coming up. So definitely, and a few other people. So definitely go and check that out. I'll be a musician on there being interviewed. If you remember Georgia Scarlett from Brisbane, from the first series, she is going to be interviewing me. So that will be a bit of a weird twist for all of you, not hearing me ask questions all the time, but having to answer them for the first time. Um, and yeah, definitely stay tuned for the rest of Series 3. And thank you so much, Benita, for coming on. And yeah,
Thank you.
and I'll see everyone in the next interview. See you then.